So ever since The Mandalorian came out on Disney Plus a couple years ago, I've been telling my friends it would be the dream Star Wars game if we could just be a bounty hunter or the Mandalorian and just travel the galaxy doing bounties, turning them in, and you just can explore the entire Star Wars universe. And with the power of mods, I can build my dream Star Wars game now in Starfield. So as of right now, the modding community is already going absolutely insane. There are tons of mods for Starfield. Now, unfortunately, they are limited right now because there isn't full mod support until 2024. So we're not going to see any crazy over-the-top mods just yet. For example, we're not going to see Darth Vader slapped into the game or complete reskins of spaceships and stuff. We're not going to see those kind of crazy mods until 2024, but in the meantime, there's already a number of different Star Wars mods that can completely change your experience. So for example, the first mod is the Galactic Civil War Conversion mod. I'm sure some of you guys have probably already seen this one by now, but what this does is replaces the UC security soldiers around New Atlantis and switches them with Stormtrooper armor. And I gotta say, the textures on the Stormtrooper armor look really good. Like, I was impressed with how realistic these Stormtroopers looked. And there's something about just walking around the city of New Atlantis and seeing all the Stormtroopers. It just gives it this Star Wars feel of like, hey, I'm in an Imperial city, and this is kind of what it would be like if it was an Imperial run city. There would be Stormtroopers all over the place. But that's not all. There are mods to make this even better. For example, there's a mod that makes the Stormtroopers a little bit more realistic. The original version of the mod has the Stormtroopers looking a little grayish. This mod revamps the textures and makes the Stormtroopers look a little bit more black in areas. It'll make the visor look more black. It'll make the details on the armor look a little bit better. So if you're going to get the Galactic Civil War mod, I recommend you get this mod to go along with it. But why stop there? With the Galactic Empire flag mod, you can completely change all of the flags at New Atlantis with Galactic Empire flags. Now this mod has a number of different versions of flags. When you go to install the mod, it's going to ask you what version of the flag you want. I think there's 20-ish different variations of flags, and this just adds even more to the immersion. I mean, it's so cool not only seeing Stormtroopers walk around, but now all the flags are changed to match the Empire as well. So when I'm walking around areas like the Mass District and I see Imperial flags and I see Stormtroopers standing guard, that just adds to the experience and makes it seem like I'm in a Star Wars game. But it doesn't stop there. With the Galactic Stormtrooper voice lines for the UC security, this mod will change some of the voice lines for a couple of the Stormtroopers to make them actually reference things that happen in Star Wars. Now there's a number of different voice lines, and it's currently for only one of the NPCs. It's for like male UC security soldier number 1 or something, so it only affects one NPC. But what this modder did is he took AI and he cloned the voice actor's voice and then added in additional files and replaced them so that words like the Crimson Fleet or Freestar Collective and the UC Vanguard, things like that, the faction names are replaced with Rebels and Empire and Clones.
You didn't hear this from me, but those mercenaries that the Empire keeps hiring, they're a bunch of money-hungry scumbags. They get treated better than the average trooper. Ever wonder how the Rebels seem to be everywhere? It's because they have little outposts everywhere. There were so many facilities abandoned after the Clone Wars, the Rebels used them as forward operating bases, all over the galaxy. Seems like the Rebel Alliance is everywhere these days, spreading like a virus throughout the galaxy. They like to set up shop in old facilities, places abandoned in the Clone Wars. That way, they can strike from anywhere. Be careful if you run into one of those mercenary groups. They fly around like they own the galaxy, and they like to use old, abandoned facilities as outposts. You know, the ones left behind after the Clone War. Oh, look who's got a slug thrower. Did you kill a Tusken for that? You're in the Imperial Army, right? Hey, thanks for your service.
So there are a number of different things now that the Stormtroopers can say. It makes it seem a lot more realistic, but it is just so cool and immersive when you're walking by a Stormtrooper and he has something to say about bounty hunters, or the Rebels, or the Clone Wars. And since the UC security outfit has been changed to Stormtroopers, you can in fact, 1, wear your own Stormtrooper outfit, but 2, if you want to, I don't know, dress up your entire crew as Stormtroopers, and then load them up into your custom-made Star Destroyer, and then go around the galaxy with a crew of Stormtroopers like I did, you can do that now. I mean, just vanilla Starfield has so much Star Wars potential. There are entire communities based on building Star Wars ships and stuff. And if you haven't yet, check out my 2 previous videos where I show you guys how to build different famous Star Wars ships like my Star Destroyer or an X-Wing or the Razor Crest. There are tons of Star Wars ships that can be replicated in Starfield right now without any mods at all. So if you're playing on Xbox, you don't have to have mods. You can just follow one of my guides and build yourself a Star Wars ship. But I gotta say, walking around my Star Destroyer and seeing just like 8 different stormtroopers chilling, there's just something special about that, and I can't recommend it enough. It just completely changed my Starfield experience, and it's just so much fun. So next, I want to talk about a number of different sound mods that have been added to Starfield. For example, we have the Star Wars Bounty Hunter jetpack sounds. So this will replace your jetpack sounds with, you know, Boba Fett or Jango Fett's jetpack, so that's pretty cool. There's a number of different blaster replacement mods, so if you want your blasters to sound like Jango Fett or the default Stormtrooper E11, you could make your blasters sound like that. But my favorite sound mod so far is the Star Wars TIE Fighter Cannon sound replacement mod. And this one is so much fun because just doing the space combat with TIE Fighter sounds just completely changes the experience. Doing space combat and killing pirates and stuff with TIE Fighter sounds makes it feel so much more like a Star Wars game. And for me personally, this has just upped the space combat even more for me.
Their ground drive is crippled. They're not escaping.
It reminds me a lot of Star Wars Squadrons, actually, because of the whole management system where you have to switch between your weapons and your shields and stuff. Combine that with Star Wars sounds, and you have yourself a little mini Star Wars Squadron simulator. So that is just a small taste of what Starfield can become with the addition of mods. Starfield is technically only on week 2 of being out, and it already has this many cool Star Wars mods. When full support comes out in 2024, I have no doubt that Starfield is basically just going to become a Star Wars simulator. But that is going to do it for this video, guys. Let me know what you think down in the comment section down below. Like I said before, if you guys want to learn how to build your own Star Wars ships in Starfield, be sure to check out some of my previous videos. And if you're new here, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell for notifications. It's greatly appreciated. And that is going to do it for me, guys. And I will talk to you all in the next video.